Little Big Planet has two values. First one is cooperation. You can never finish this game alone. You may, but you cannot play 100% of it. Personally, it was more fun to play with friends. Some of the sections are only accessible with multiple players, so you cannot make 100% completion unless you play with others. The second one is competition. On top left of the screen, there is a diagram that shows who is on the lead. Cooperation is the key in this game, but it also encourages the players to be competitive. It shows the best player at the end of each stage. Little Big Planet has a potential as an educational game. This stage is part of Puppet Planet. In this planet, the players use the touchpad on the controller. They should match the shape and size of the object. They can rotate, scale up and down to match it in the right position. I think this part can be an enjoyable educational activity.
StarCraft 2 is a great example of a management game. StarCraft, at its core, is a game that's based on competition. The goal of the game is to first set up an economy, as you see these mineral patches here, the money or currency within the game. Second, you build up an infrastructure. The infrastructure allows you to build army units. Then, your army units are going to clash against the opposing army units in very complicated combat scenarios. The game itself is something like a modern-day version of chess, where players are pitted against each other in one-on-one scenarios. There are single-player options for this game, but at its core it's about competition. There are seemingly an infinite amount of ways to attack your enemy or defend your base from attacks. Because of this, StarCraft is filled with fast-paced decision-making.
Welcome to this gameplay analysis video of the game Minecraft. I'm ELLIOT and I'll be playing it for you on PC. What I wanted to show you is the main element of the gameplay called crafting, which is where you basically take resources that you mined in the game and you craft things with them, often with this thing called a crafting table. And this is one of the most useful things you can do in the game because it really enables you to build tools that help you do better things. So I can take, for instance, sticks and then some pieces of wood and create something like a wooden pickaxe, which helps me mine faster or even kill enemies if I need to or something like that. But this is really what causes people to be able to experiment with different kinds of resources and different arrangements of those resources to create new, bigger, and better tools to help them in the game.
I'd like to introduce the ARDefender to you. First, you should print a marker. But if you have no printer, you could draw it by yourself. Second, you take your camera to the marker. Then you will find there is a virtual tower on the marker. That's the AR scene. Now you can fire. The goal is to protect the tower by imitating the enemy stance. It's an augmented reality mobile game. The fun of the game is that you could take the game scene to your familiar environments. For example, your table, your kitchen, or any place you want. Now you could find your kitchen is the battlefield. That's the magic of VR.
Pokemon Y is like the other popular Pokemon game, Omega Ruby. They sort of work hand in hand. Here you explore worlds and serve as a protector to that city, battling others with your Pokemon who serve as your weapons and help protect you. In these battles, you earn money and experience points to enhance your Pokemon. They learn new moves spontaneously, but with experience points they level up and become much stronger. Fennekin, who's a fox and uses fire, and Pikachu, who's a mouse and uses electricity as his power, are the two most famous ones. You travel throughout the city in hopes of defeating the champion Diantha. Only way to do this is to defeat the 8 gym leaders and earn badges for the right to face Diantha. The positive features of the game is the competitiveness of collecting new and stronger Pokemon. You can play alone or multiplayer online, so there is a true community for this game. The negative, at least for the DS version, is you can only play one adventure at a time, so there is no opportunity of experiencing different characters or outcomes at the same time.
I chose to play Portal. I've never played this game before, so I think this is a great opportunity to broaden my game experience. So Portal is a first-person puzzle platform video game. So in this game, we have to figure out a series of puzzles that must be solved by teleporting. Use this special machine that I'm holding right now, which can create interspatial portals between two flat planes and escape the chamber. So that means it's important to understand the unique physics rules and come up with a creative use of portals to maneuver through each stage. So in this game, we definitely have some educational potentials and values, especially if you want to test or improve your sense of directions in 3D or physics in weight and height. I think it's a really great way to introduce rather difficult physics concepts to anyone.